Well, hello guys, my name is Nick from Nick's Toy Garage, and today I'm back with a Matchbox Ford Escort RS2000. Yes, it's beat up, it's white, and it's spinning on my spinning plate. I'm so ready to get back into restoring some Matchboxes. So let's take a close look at it, let's crash it into frame, let's see, it's fine, no problem, just brush it off. So as you can see, the paint is just gone on this model. I'm not sure if this was repainted with Tipex, I have no idea. It's gone, the wheels are gone, the axles are crooked, the glass is just scratched to hell. The toe is gone, but the bottom is in a pretty, well, no, it's also awful. And the interior is just grotty, like the car has been sitting for, well, 20 years. So at the bottom it says RS2000, woo, I'm right, and it has 3 rivets to drill out, 1 in the front, 2 in the back, and as you can see the axles are just bent, and I'm just not going to use them. I was thinking about reusing the axles, but I'm just not going to put the effort in it to make them straight again, because that, no. So after I drilled out rivets, I take my handy dandy screwdriver and just pop open the base. After a little bit of wriggling, it just snaps right off. There you go. So the interior went flying, but that doesn't really matter because my fingers are white. No idea what that is, and I just don't want to know what that is. So in the inside is a little bit rusty, but I have seen worse, and there you can clearly see the bent axles. So not going to bother trying to take them off as of this right now, because I'm just going to sandblast them anyway. Then the interior, like I said, it's grotty. I don't know what happened to it because, well, it's not nice. And this is the scratched up windshield. As you can see, it's quite bad. Now the model itself, the roof is straight for once, so that's a plus. So let's get to my favorite part of every restoration, the sandblasting. So starting with the base, I know I didn't remove the wheels yet, but I'm just not going to use those wheels, so that doesn't really matter. So as you can see, the rust, the paint, the corrosion, everything just flies right off. I just love this sandblasting cabinet. I can just watch this all day. So even on the front, the headlights, well, there was a little bit of well, impact damage from children playing with it, but oh well. So let's fast forward this piece a little bit more so we can see everything. Also the inside of the car just gets a nice sandblasting. Now on to the model itself, starting with the roof, and you can see the paint just flies right off. I love this thing, I can watch at this thing for literally hours. Now don't really want you to sit through this for hours, so I'm just going to time lapse taking off the paint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start the time lapse. So meanwhile I have your attention, please don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more of these restorations. So after the sandblasting is done, let's take a close look at it. I know the wheels don't actually look that bad after sandblasting, but I'm just not going to use them. So the base is in pretty good shape. Now let's move on to the model itself. Just put the base down, thank you. And as you can see, it's lovely. I forgot to sandblast the back. Yeah, there he notices it. So back to sandblasting goes to remove the paint on the back. Now for primer, I will be using a fine surface primer by Tamiya in white. 2 coats in total, leaving between 10 to 15 minutes to dry between coats. Trying to get a nice and even coverage, and just don't forget, I need to remember to paint the inside first so you don't get overspray. Life lessons by Nick. So after the base, after the model is painted, I go to the base and just paint the wheels and the base in one go, because again, well, it was probably easier to just remove the axles, but I was a little bit lazy, just a little bit. So after the base is painted, again 2 layers, I move on to the sanding. No, I just removed the axles, damn it. I edited these videos and I still forgot. So after that I used my sandpaper to remove some of the it was not really bubbling, but there were some high edges on the model itself, so I just decided to sand them off and re-primer it one more time after I'm done with this step. So afterwards I was deciding the color and decided to go with orange. I know it's a pretty orangey English much, but I just love the way these old Fords look in kind of bright lime green, maybe some orange colors. So I did 3 coats in total, leaving between 15 to 20 minutes to dry between coats. Now it is freezing in my shop, so I just turned on the heater and pointed it straight at the model, so get it turbo dried, let's say that. That's not really a word, but oh well, I'm just going to use it anyway. So after the model is nice and orange, I take the base on a little piece of rod and just paint it black. Next, let's do the details. Just take my handy dandy paintbrush and just paint in the door handles just off camera. Just a little bit higher. There you go, Nick. Nice fella. Now, on this restoration, I did forget to paint in the rear lights. I know, I seem to forget those every single time. But, whoops. So now off camera, I'm painting the headlights. Nick, just move it. There you go. So the headlights and the Ford logo in the same gray. So after this, it's time for the reassembly. Now at my shop, at my work, sorry, I have a little polishing machine and I polished the windows. They're not perfect because they're just so scratched up, but it's a million times better. Now let's go to my sink, get my toothbrush and just clean up this interior. Now I got some new wheels from an old NASCAR stock car, so the rear axle is a little, well, the tires are a little bit bigger than the front ones, but it just suits this model really good. Now because I drilled out the rivets, I used some glue to glue the axles back into place. Just a little drop of, well, a lot. I used a lot of glue. This is actually my second attempt, because the first attempt I managed to glue one of the wheels to the base. Don't ask me how I did that. So next I used a little bit of glue on the inside of the roof to glue in the glass, because I wasn't really sure if it was going to stick on its own. So a little bit of glue on the roof and just glue in the glass. Next I take my interior. Just take it, Nick, it's not that hard. There it is, it's right in front of you. Just place in the windshield, take the interior. Please listen to the announcer. Thank you, finally. He is such a handful, you wouldn't imagine. So I also cut off the tow hook, placing the interior back into place and just snapping the base into place. So off camera, I'm going to show you in the next video. I drilled out the 2 of the 3 posts. And I decided to put 2 self-tapping screws into, and some, I forgot the name, into the holes to secure the base, so it can be easily taken apart for a future maybe restoration or revisit. So here you can see me doing in the self-tapping imbus screws. Need to order some more really soon because I'm running really low on those. But that will actually conclude this restoration. Now, if you want to see more restorations of this, please like and subscribe, and tell me in the comment section down below what you guys want to see me restore next. So let's take a look at it before the restoration, when it was well, white, missing paint, scratched up glass, ugly wheels, bent axles, stripped base, and I think there were supposed to be some decals on the side. Not really sure where they went. And let's take a look at it after 2 hours of restoring right now. It's orange, it's spinning. You can actually see that, well, the glass seems a little bit too, well, little for this car, but you can see through the glass again. So again, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hope to see you in a future video. Bye.